on, right, so we looked at the division of corporate powers, and what I said was the modern view, okay, basically since the early 20th century, the view is that it is the directors who manage the day-to-day affairs of the company, so make all the major decisions regarding the company. And once they are elected to the board, okay, shareholders cannot interfere or instruct the decisions of the directors, unless, according to the Articles of Association, they can get a special resolution, or they remove that director from office in the next round of election. Otherwise, shareholders cannot interfere with that decision. And this was later on confirmed in a 1908 case by abert2 versus Stanley. Okay? It says, this court, i.e. the Court of Appeal, decided not long since in automatic self-cleansing and Cunningham that even a resolution of a numerical majority at a general meeting of the company cannot impose its will upon the directors when the articles have confided to them the control of the company. Okay, so even if you pass a simple majority, as directors, you do not have, as shareholders, you do not have the right to instruct how the directors make this decision. Because it is the directors, on their own discretions, that make the day-to-day decision of the company. Now, what if your company does not have a board, for some reason, okay? Does not have a board, or does not have an effective board? Now, this was illustrated in a case called Alexander Board versus Samuel Navigation Company Limited. Now, what happened in this case was Mr. Alexander Board, he took the action on behalf of the pursuer, the company. Now, and the reason for that was because, for some reason, the company did not have a board. Because no annual general meetings was held in the past 2 years. So if there's no annual general meeting, it meant there was no procedure in electing the directors on the board. Now, subsequently, what happened in this case was the company went into liquidation, and the liquidator tried to rectify the otherwise unauthorized proceedings. Now, and the issue before the court was, was the company a competent principal at the time of action? In other words, was the action, or resolution, passed by Alexander Board on behalf of the company, were they valid or not? Because they were not made by a board, right? Because there was no board, or no effective board. So was the decision made by Alexander Board, was it a valid corporate decision? Now, what the court said in this case was, if for some reason, the board cannot exercise the powers vested in them, the general meeting, i.e. shareholders' general meeting, may do so. Okay? If for some reason the board cannot exercise the powers vested in them, the shareholders at general meeting may do so. Now here, on the facts, what the court held was, since the company had no effective board, the general meeting was therefore able to make the decisions on behalf of the company. So what the court says, yes, we agree that it is the board that makes the day-to-day decision of the company. But in cases where there is no board or no effective board, then we accept the principle that shareholders in the annual general meeting can make that decisions on behalf of the company. As if that decision was made by a board. Okay? Only in cases where there is no board, no directors, or no effective boards. Now, of course, you might argue, well, what do we mean by, okay, supposing there is a board, okay, but how do we define whether or not it is effective or not effective? Now, in cases where there's no board, okay, easy to decide, right? There's no board, so shareholders in general can make that decision. What if there is a board, but how then we decide whether or not it is effective or not effective? Now, what the court says, well, it can be an ineffective board, okay? It can be an ineffective board if the directors themselves never hold any meetings. For example, right, let's say in a case where the directors have got into a serious tension or conflict, and for some reason these directors simply do not talk to each other, or they can't even sit together in a room to decide on the decision. Now, in that extreme cases, what the court said is, we could probably conclude that there is a board, but it is not effective. Okay, so no board or no effective board, yes. The shareholders, through their general meeting, can make a decision as if that decision was made by the board. Now, in the Hong Kong case called Miracle Chance versus Paul Yuk-Hua, okay, that was also discussed. Now, what happened in this case was, right, it is actually very similar to the English case, Franklin, which we just looked at, okay? Again, it involved a corporate litigation. Now, except here that the joint venturers were natural persons and there was no valid board. Okay, the joint venturer, they were natural persons, and there was no valid board. Now, under the model articles, Regulation 2 for public companies and Regulation 3 for private companies, it says, subject to the ordinance and these articles, Articles of Association, the business and affairs of the company are managed by the directors who may exercise all the powers of the company. Again, the modern view. And for both public and private company, Regulation 3 and Regulation 4 provides that, the members may, by special resolution, direct the directors to take or refrain from taking certain action. Agree with that? So yes, again, the directors manage the day-to-day affairs of the company, and members only have the right to interfere with that decision if they can get a special resolution. Now, what happened here was, right, the party wanted to bring an action against the company in the name of the company, just like Brooklyn, okay? And here, as we said earlier, there was no valid board. Now, but what the court here decided to do, right, on the facts, what the court said was, yes, there is no valid board, but it doesn't mean, according to the court, that it is ineffective, okay? It has no valid board, yes, but it doesn't mean it is ineffective. So, because what that party tried to argue here was, right, following Alexander Ward versus Samyang, was that the board was not effective. So we, as the party, decided to take an action. Now, what the court said here was, right, a company is separate and distinct from its shareholders and its director. Okay, point number one, okay? A company is separate and distinct from its shareholders and directors. Point number one. Point number two, the respective power of its directors or shareholders are defined in its article. So Regulation 3 and 4, all right? 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Okay? The respective power of its directors and shareholders are defined in its article. Point number 3, if powers of management are vested in directors, they can exercise that power on their own discretion. Okay? if powers of management of the company are vested in directors, according to the model articles, they exercise that power based on their own discretion. And then the court answered the question, well, what if shareholders disagree with the director's decision? Well, according to the court, shareholders who disagree with directors can either, number one, amend the articles, alter the articles, or appoint a new board of directors. Okay, shareholders who disagree with directors can either amend the articles or appoint a new board. Now the court then goes on and says, right, it must be remembered, quote, that the board primarily owes its duty to the company as a whole and not the majority shareholders. Okay? It must be remembered that the board primarily owes its duty to the company as a whole and not to the majority shareholders. Now basically what the court is saying, right, shareholders, right, even though you're the majority shareholders, right, you are in theory only one constituent of the company. And it goes on, right? It will be wrong for the board to follow the wish of majority shareholders if it is against the interest of the company generally. Okay? It will be wrong for the board to follow the wish of the majority shareholders if it is against the interest of the company generally. Does anybody need me to repeat all that? Yes? Okay. Okay, point number one, okay? According to the court, okay? A company is separate and distinct from its shareholders and directors. Okay, point number one, okay? Company is separate and distinct from its shareholders and directors. Point number two, the respective powers of its directors and shareholders are defined under the articles. i.e. Regulation 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Point number three, okay? If powers of management are vested in directors, they exercise that power on their own discretion. So basically what the court here is doing is, right, point 1, 2, and 3, confirming the principle decided under Cunningham, Quinton and Axtons, and Brecklin. And then the court went on to discuss, well, what if the shareholders disagree with the directors? Well, according to the judge, shareholders who disagree with directors can either amend the articles or appoint a new board to represent their own interests. Secondly, according to the judge, it must be remembered that the board primarily owes its duty to the company as a whole and not the majority shareholders. Now, because what the court's saying is, right, the board, when they're elected, okay, they do not represent only the majority shareholders. They represent also the minority shareholders. So in other words, what the court is saying is, right, the directors cannot simply always do what the majority wants. It also sometimes, okay, needs to take into consideration of the minority shareholders as well. And finally, according to the court, right, it will be wrong for the board to follow the wish of the majority shareholders if it is against the interest of the company in general. Now, because the court actually goes on to discuss, right, there must be a reason under company law why we have the shareholders and directors. Right? Well, shareholders in the annual general meeting, directors in the board of directors. There must be a reason, a legitimate reason, why we have two different organs in the company. Otherwise, okay, why have a board of directors? Why not the shareholders in general meeting decides everything? And if you have elected the board of directors, then of course on a day-to-day level, you should allow the directors to exercise their own discretion in the interest of the company as a whole and not just you, the majority shareholders. Okay, so basically what it does is, right, it confirms the principles as we discussed earlier, right? In Cunningham, Quinton and Axton's, and more recently, Brecklin. Does that make sense? Right, any questions? Right, have you all informed your tutor regarding your group project, your group members? Have you all on that?
No.
If you haven't, okay, make sure you do it by the end of this week, okay? Thank you.